So this is the longest title of my paper. It's published more than 300 papers, but not it's a long title like that. So, we would like to announce that the DNR plans to go to the next step in providing IP management infrastructure and associated services. This is new. We understand that the DNR has to grow to give to the market what we have learned for 15 years. So exactly 15 years ago, when we began to open the website, the team worked in parallel to understand what is needed in IP management. Progressively, this gave birth to a tool that we license or sell to people for managing their own IP in their own environment. There is difficulty to explain to people that I'm not speaking about the public web portal. I am speaking about the management infrastructure that we sell to enterprise. So the title is long, because what we have learned when we put this node in an enterprise, we speak to many people or to different clients. So when you speak about IP management, you speak to designers, you speak to marketing people, you speak to sales people, you speak to outsource managers. So we have to speak to everybody. And can you cover all these facets in an enterprise? So this was the challenge. And the second topic, and everything in sync. Because we can consider ourselves an IP provider, we provide something in the heart of a company to help them to manage, but we have to be synchronized with a lot of players around. How can we keep in sync? So I think I can just jump. I usually jump over the first slide. It tells you that the world has become IP-based. So IP-based, having to communicate with different IP sources, having to deliver to different people. No doubt, I'm still surprised that people still focus a little bit on reuse. It's not a problem. Every design of the world is IP-based. Every design in the world has IP from everywhere, including your own IP in a large enterprise. So many players, and something which is shared around what we see a server. So you have to share information. You have to help people to make collaborative design and reusing blocks. So the first version of this tool was delivered in 2002. We explained them how to keep pace with an IP listing and how to share the information, how to download IP. Over the year, this is what happened to DNR. So we were very expert in creating IP catalogs because DNR holds public IP catalogs for the whole world. So we begin with saying, oh, we are the best in doing cataloging. And we said, this is made with XML views. It's very important that an IP, you can see this field because you are a manager, this field because you are a designer, and this field because you. So the views, the XML views, became something that we mastered very well. So we said, okay, here is my stuff. You have files somewhere. An IP is a set of files. And then you have a layer of what we call XML IP views. So once we did that, we were able to say to company, at least on the server, you should put on what we call the product catalog. Very quickly, it was IP, it was software, it was package, whatever you wish. Product catalog became a specialty of DNR. So you have the product architect catalog, and I will say some feature. But now we worked very quickly with people who wanted to manage internal IP. Our second customer was Cisco. So this guy had internal IP. So we came out with this notion of lifecycle management panel. It's a strange word. Panel means the set of information that the guy who is there, internal manager, has to see from your IP. So you have a center view, and then you have a dedicated view, which is the set of data you need to manage this IP. And we called it management panel, maybe dashboard would have been better, whatever. Now you have here the IP provider. One of our clients is Dolphin Integration. They want the product catalog, they're very happy. But they need a management panel or layer of view, what has been delivered, what version has been delivered, to whom. And we call this the management panel for them, IP for sales. Now we work for a telecom company. They wanted to see external IP. So we create for them a management panel where they see the external IP. And all the data they need to know about the external IP, to whom is this IP licensed, is the license expiring? And so the view that the manager has to see for managing his external IP has to be comprehensive, visible, and intelligent. All this viewer will be equipped with mechanisms, like alerts, the license has expired. Now the Fabless IC vendor, we are managing the IP management of Tabula, which is a great story because it's in the cloud and so on. So this guy, I would say it's even more complicated. If you take Tabula, there's a platform, and on the fly, a designer can call the IP from a vendor. We have to go through the license workflow, and then integrate, instantiate the IP in their design flow. So this panel for Fabless IC vendor, we have open platform. This was one of our biggest experience, and of course still work on. Now I would like to insist today, so you have a catalog, you have a layer which are view for the manager, and the tool is nicely modular. You have the problem of the synchronization, okay? Internal IP should be obvious. You say my last IP, okay, which revision control, which configuration, click, I have to see. If 1 second we would be desynchronized with the design world, that would be a problem. So we have to be perfectly synchronized and independent. All management tools which are prisoner of a revision control system, which is this one, no, it is this one, you cannot work with that, this is bullshit, it cannot work. So you have to be perfectly synchronized with the design world and never dependent on a tool because the world is changing. And the loser will be for those who stick on an environment. Here, of course, IP for sales, we are synchronized with the customer relation management system. You say you want the view for this IP, this view has been sold last week to Samsung and blah, blah, blah. Of course, the data comes from the CRM. It's directly visible from there. It's not a query and blah, blah, blah. It's directly visible and synchronized. If I go here to external IP, one of our first experience that you have to know all the time the IP that comes from your vendor. You have to know all the time which one has been licensed. All your users have to see where to get the IP, how many times you can download. And some people like ALU have even a tool which follows the graphic of the license utilization. So you see that the synchronization issue is the one that we would like to show a little bit in this talk and the seminar tomorrow afternoon, and is distributed in the new tool. DNR has also to go to the next step. DNR cannot be only a software company, it has to be a service company. Last week somebody was at Tabula, we have to outsource our guys to put the bridges in place. And I think it should be made clear on the market, and it is not. So here, I said fundamental concept, don't miss, if a company has not a catalog generator like we have, it cannot do it. I can sign for that. Maybe they can do it afterwards, I don't know. A catalog is a library of format. You see in my catalog I would like to see this field, this field, this field. But I would like to change my mind every day. So the map to new format, I don't think you can imagine how many mapping to new format DNR is performing in all directions. So you have a format, you have to have rich types, images, parametric attributes. This was the first generation of our achievement. So you have a catalog generator, configurable search, look and feel. Of course, with Tabula you will see a very nice website. When you work with us, you see the first view. So this is probably the most important, importing, exporting features. Administration feature, this has to be for granted. Access right, group is access right, mail engine, visible, that you can yourself change, all alerts. This just comes with the basic level of the platform. After that, we want to say a multi-view catalog. So the first 3 years, we are very happy with cataloging. But the multi-view catalog, when you have to give a view immediately in the catalog before going to the panel. The first look and feel, we understand that we have immediately to enrich our types in the catalog. So very quickly, this is a field, it's inherited from this panel. This is a field, it's inherited from. So the types has been enriched to take into account where from this data has to be read in real time. So first period. So when DNR creates a format, it says it's all XML based. I need a new field. It's a multi-Boolean Boolean attribute, parametric attribute, a hyperlink, a local file. This list is hierarchical and is quite long now. So, and you say, I need this compiler claim, and so on and so on. Link, bridge, very quickly this came through. Related IP add-ons also for people. So the first generation, you see short description, images, data sheet, multi-value attribute, parametric attribute. Okay, but you see here, it's just an example. Click here, license panel. To whom has this IP been licensed? So we say it's a link to a panel. So your front page will have what you want, and you will have link immediately. As I say, this was our first generation. Every day, each time Xilinx updates this offering, I tell it to Ericsson, and Ericsson, I push on export on my side, and he will click on import. So this was the first generation of features we have to support. But I say there are new tapes that come in. Some example. You see, you have an IP in which product I am embedded, and now I can see here contracting data. Show me the contract about this IP. So we can put in the front page some of this data, and then say go to say elsewhere. So finance data, some data here, and then go elsewhere. So here, inherited data from elsewhere, or go to elsewhere. You can go to somewhere or inherit it. So you see here, it's a design IP. When I click on location path, I have to browse and see the IP. Whatever it's in clear case or whatever, you have to see it. So maybe you can take it out, you can check out. It can be open for browsing, for download, even for check-in, check-out. Documentation center, the first requirement. Make a connection to the documentation center. We have on another server. So we spend time to make links and bridges. But the primitives are very automated. That means it takes you 2 days. We say, where is your server? What is the key? And then we go. So in the catalog, progressively, we enrich these bridging types. This tool is not closed. It's like an open platform where all our customers can bring their know-how and their intelligence and their need. And if you have a new need, we put it for free. If you put it in this common basket, like we say, open the modern tool where you can collect the intelligence of many companies to make things richer and richer. So I said bridging to other catalogs, okay? That's very common. You have add-ons related IP. So when you upload, you say, okay, this goes with this IP. Dolphin says this is an add-on when I want to show the codec. I need this library, this version of this library. So data inherited from somewhere. Some telecom company, immediately when we upgrade their catalog, it's immediately back annotated with which one are licensed. So link to companion server, like documentation, link to DB, to design database. So the need, you have the catalog and you have these interfaces that we call the panels. So around the catalog, you will have concurrent IP-centric management panels synchronized in real time. So it's external data XML Viewer. It's like a little bit a dashboard, and you can see data from many sources. It is extensible to workflow, but the problem is it's real-time. It's real-time synchronized. So the manager can see at a glance all IP-centric key data, and you can follow the life cycle. This IP, which revision, which bug, which IP usage, which maturity, which client delivery, which finance, which marketing. So it's a unified data, I would say viewer. Data center is not the very. I've been called back by the press. Data center is not good. It should have been a unified IP XML data viewer. So when you create a panel, it's as simple as creating a catalog. You do it in 5 minutes and not in 2 hours with a service company which will not be there when you need them. So I mean, an example, I have to create a bug panel. I say create panel, create bug ID, user login part, this is an automated field, part number, what is part number? Assign a type, bridge to the catalog. That means when I fill in, the part number of the catalog will show up when I select one. Then you have IP name, whatever what you wish. So this is modifiable by yourself all the time, whatever you want, okay? Now, once you have filled on this panel, it looks like that. There's a bug here and here. The catalog can either make a link IP bug panel. So in each IP you will have a link and you will find the bug of this IP. So this is the simple thing you can do. But doing a panel like that, it takes you no effort. Okay, you change what you want. Now the data in this panel can be stipulated, can be imported and exported from an existing data. So this is the first time bridge to catalog. I will now give some example. If you go back to, sorry. I will give some example which type of panel we implemented and for what. Internal IP management was not the most easy. The design had convinced if you are not in their shoes, if you are not in this revision control system, if you have not this and this, you cannot absolutely do nothing. In fact, it works quite well. That means that your IP management, people can work with CVS, with ClearSoft, with design database, they can be packaged whatever you wish. From the catalog, when you browse, we put a view so that you can see the content of this IP. So for instance, ClearCase is very simple. You see an IP, you browse, you see the IP. So the XML file viewer, browse download, is a prerequisite for all design servers that the company can have, because some people work here with ClearCase, here with CVS, and what designs it, whatever. So the NR has put in place browse and download for viewing towards all this data, the revision control system of this database. Now what people want, some of them say, okay, you have created a catalog, it's important, look, all the companies should look at the server, it goes to this project. The system can alert you if there is a new release available. For instance, in Synchronicity, you have a trigger. You can say trigger when there's a new release. It's automatically pushing the catalog with an alert with a group of users. But you can do that in all environments. The latest request we have is to also put the checking and the checkout available from the platform. That means that you're the master of the game. You can get check-in, check-out in ClearCase from this station and fully control your IP. So some people just want to show and to be alerted. And some company now ask us to do a front end for the revision control system on the server. Checking, checkout created of the IP. So people are demanding a little bit more on the station, but it's okay for us. Of course, after that, the catalog you will have embedded in this product, and it's hierarchical, and it's the same for the synchronization of the project. So in the catalog, very simple. You write your format and you say type location path. And that we say location path, ClearCase, yes. It's just to say what you're speaking about. The uploader can browse and pick a file. Usually they say some files and can download. So bridge to system and directory viewer. It's a basic field in our catalog. And immediately you will see the file and you'll be able to download. You can have bridge to revision control, import view, trigger the mounting of, for instance, ClearCase is the most demanded revision control system. And you can do full check-in, check-out. We have to deliver full check-in, check-out because people prefer now to work on this level and say, why would we do anything else for an IP? So this was for the design world. Of course, an IP has several revision controls. So when you have a central product in the catalog, you can put last version, location path. You have also a related panel. A related panel gives you the history of the different revision. So when a revision control system imports automatically a new IP, it will fill in this bridge. He will give his tag, and he will give the way to the address, the tag of this file and the tag of this file, and then it becomes visible from the platform. So this is fully automated. That means that you can follow the life of an IP, leaving all the decision to the local revision control system. Or now some people want us to do the check-in, check-out because it's so much better to work on this station. In this, you have always it's important XML fields that you add, all the people document. This is when you create your panel, you say documentation. I think Dolphin has 22 fields or 60 for documentation. What's new, what's the issue, and so on. So the guy can see all the revision and can click on to see what happened. Now, what I wanted to say that all the commands of this platform are available as executable script. So if somebody wants to call from a trigger and push something in the platform, he can. because we had all the command, but some people don't want to go on the platform. Can you automatically trigger? Yes, of course. The command is a high-level language to do something easily, but you have the script, and you can always trigger the script from a remote environment. Yeah, from that for check-in, check-out, this is the market demand. We will do it. We will deliver it now because it's easy. It's like easier. So these were internal reuse. Now the IP provider. The best experience we had was with Dolphin. It's true. Analog IP provider has a large portfolio. It has always been a nightmare for them to have a very clear view. And which IP, which version, which configuration to which client, what should I do? So we had to synchronize the product catalog and also with the client revision, the CRM, the client relation management system. Who has got this IP? So here we have put the bridge to a panel on top because they like it. You have an IP, so they have 16 products, they have software, they have macros, and several kinds of products. So you have catalogs, but on each IP you see shelf delivery. So I think it's very clever. Shelf delivery, it's a delivery which has been delivered at least to one client, something which has been frozen and is going out. The customer delivery is the panel who has got the client. We have time, there's no problem. You can have half an hour more for the session. This year we are very relaxed. So they created two panels, no more than 10 minutes. I want the first panel, the part number. So which release was it? So the product was, I don't know what it is, an HTTPTF, from real data. So the release 1.0 has been frozen. It has this data, and then you have a long list of I don't know what. Okay. So the guy sees very well. I have this available, and this has been delivered. That is the first panel. So bridge to the catalog product, and the second panel is the delivery. So the manager says to which client, in which country, this IP has been delivered. And what was in the delivery? It was the shelf release. They call it shelf delivery release, the release 1.0. So this is a automatic link to the client database. This is the key. And this is automatically inherited. So each time when you enter a station, all this data synchronized. This is the good way to do things. This is a bridge to the catalog. And this was a bridge to the shelf delivery. So the infrastructure was in place in some days that they could enter all the, this is a very easy application and they like it very much. So this means at the panel level, you know panel. You have the catalog, you have the panel. So by the panel for the client delivery, I said add a child. Here I put add a bridge. This is a bridge. It's a bridge to the external database, the CRM of Dolphin. It's called Sugar, which is the host name, and so on. So I put that in the tool. After that, all the territory was inherited from that. After that, I can put in the front end, automatically filling on all the data related to this client without doing anything. The refresh is pumping from the database the data you need. External IP manager. So this was done for the telecom company. The point is, we should put under control the company. Somebody willing to have a license has to go through the platform and ask for this license, make a license request. So he fills in, I want the license time, number of seats, we do it for software and IP. The machine name is automatically captured by the platform, it's the machine of the company. So the member of the company have to fill in a request like that, so that the company can control what happens, who wants what. Now, when we enter that, we have two panels that have been similar. When I ask for a license, I am entering in the panel. So I have asked for a panel. My server is here. It's a floating license. My machine name is. It's a IEEE data, probably. So this is a bridge to a machine panel. Now they have a view of all the machines of the corporation. This machine name has its machine time at the location. This is the manager. And when I click, I find the license on this computer, the IP license and the software license. So by creating these two panels, they can fully master the license that runs and asks for. And at some company, we put in all the new. Instead of saying, I would like this IP, the demand can come from different sides. So this is very good for big companies. Another example, I took some examples. The finance panel. Okay. You have an IP, and you would create a panel. This IP is licensed. It has a one-time license. This is the license description, criteria, terms, and so on. When should we pay, and so on. So when you have an IP, the manager can follow the status of which license should he pay, yes or no. So what is the license type, what are the payment types? And this means that you have, in fact, a new type. You have a type. This is a date, okay? So the type is a date, and you write alert, yes, no, yes. 60 days before, yes. Which is the destination, okay? And which is the content of the template. So it takes two minutes to a manager to say, okay, enter all this payment date, and I will be alerted. And I can control the quality of the mail that goes out. So this is a kind of intelligence you put in your panel, but no work in terms of infrastructure. Last example, the Tabula one. What did they need? So you have external IP that you can call and instantiate your design. So they needed, first of all, IP customization for parameterized generator. They had to unify the word. How does the parameter enter? That was the problem. And of course, you have to call in the IP so that they are treated by the IP fabricator, as you said this morning. So what did we use? IP cataloging. We made a generator call with standardized IP entry, and then license management, and synchronization with the design flow. So the work looked like that. We have an IP portfolio. You are a client. You say, okay, I would like to use. They have an easy life because the technology is fixed. It's an FPGA, so they have been validated before. So I would like this Ethernet from this guy. License request, you go to the license workflow. Yes, license granted, yes, no. Customize on the fly, and then call the generator. So this means that you have a panel. The guy who is the manager, he says that the vendor license was I don't know what. The license was enabled, so you can follow the process for signing the license and getting the flow. So you see here that you go progressively to a control. Here you have enable flow. There is a new type which stops the flow, and somebody has to say yes, or a function has to be triggered. So this is a typical type that we include. The other work was two slides, was the possibility to handle in a uniform way all the entry of parameterized generator. And of course the last end was to feed in a platform has to be synchronized with the synthesis flow. So at each time a signal is pushed in, you call the run license generation, the run generators. Then you have to specify in a clean way this connection. Okay, our conclusion, we are a small company, but we have a jewel, I think. We have the heart of an IP management, which is like an octopus. It has to take the data everywhere around to put your synchronizer in place, and the panel are specific to the type of management you have to do. So of course we say you should outsource and use the NR platform. The fact that you are synchronized, fully synchronized in real time with all operation of your company makes something extremely easy to manage. So I think you are anxious about the calendar. I can answer a short question if you wish, or